AITA for telling my wife to stop being upset about missing our daughter's wedding. My wife, 53 over and I, 55M, have 3 kids. Brett, 27M, Amy, 25F, and Lynn, 24F. I love all of them, but Lynn has always been the one to give me the most headaches. She's our wild child. She got a college degree at 16, saved up money, and moved to Louisiana when she turned 18. She's since earned more degrees and built herself a good life. She's independent, intelligent, and very argumentative. Always has been. Lynn's also the most social of our kids and loves expressing herself. She's covered in tattoos and piercings, dyes her hair funky colors, and lives life on her own terms. I'm proud of her, and I love her, but she's always been the non-traditional one. She met her husband, Brad, 27M, shortly after moving to Louisiana. Brad's a lot like Lynn, tattoos, piercings, the whole works. He's a good kid, though, and I like him. He's been there for Lynn through everything, and I respect him for that. He protects her, and that's what matters most to me. When Lynn and Brad got engaged, my wife was over the moon. She started talking about wedding planning right away, but Lynn and Brad were up front. They didn't want a big wedding. They just wanted a small party with family and a few close friends to celebrate. My wife didn't take it well. She pushed and pushed until Lynn reluctantly agreed to plan a wedding. It didn't even last a week. My wife and Lynn got into a huge argument over floral arrangements, and Lynn flew back to Louisiana. A few days later, Lynn called to announce they'd eloped and were planning a small get-together in New Orleans around Halloween. My wife lost it. She was furious and heartbroken, saying she missed out on her little girl's special day. They got into a massive fight over the phone and haven't spoken since. Now every time the subject comes up, my wife cries about it. At first I tried to stay out of it, but after weeks of her moping, I finally snapped. I told her, "Why are you surprised? Lynn didn't want a wedding in the first place. She's our least traditional child. I'm just glad we got an engagement announcement at all. Stop crying about it and wait for Brett or Amy to get married. They're the ones who will actually enjoy that wedding stuff." That didn't go over well. My wife called me a few names and has been avoiding me ever since. Look, I love my wife, but this whole situation is ridiculous. Lynn is a nurse who does hair on the side and practices witchcraft. She's the last person I'd expect to want a big traditional wedding. Forcing that on her was never going to work. Honestly, I'd bet Brett will want the big celebration when he and his boyfriend eventually get engaged. I don't think I was wrong to stand up for Lynn. My wife was trying to force something on her that she clearly didn't want, but now I'm stuck wondering if I should apologize for how I said it or stick to my guns. So am I the a-hole here? Do I roll over and make peace with my wife or keep standing up for Lynn in this whole mess?